You start something, and then something else pulls you away. Another idea, another interest, another version of who you could be. And slowly, you begin to wonder, why can't I just stick to one thing? Everyone else seems focused, linear, certain. But your mind moves sideways. And that might not be a flaw. It might be something else entirely. You don't just have hobbies, you have phases. 1 month it's psychology, then business, then design, then something completely unrelated. Each time feels real. Each time feels like this is it. But then it fades, and what's left is guilt. You start to build a quiet narrative. I'm inconsistent. I lack discipline. I never finish anything. And over time, that narrative becomes identity. So you hesitate more. You doubt your own interests. You stop trusting your momentum. This pattern shows up everywhere. In careers you can't settle into. In conversations where you know a little about everything, but not enough about one thing. In relationships where you struggle to explain what you really want. Your brain is caught between two modes: go deeper or keep searching. And somehow, you keep searching. So the real question becomes, why? Maybe you're not distracted. Maybe you're adapted. There's a personality trait called openness to experience. Some people are wired to seek novelty. New ideas don't just interest you, they reward you. Your brain releases more dopamine when something is unfamiliar, complex, or meaningful. So when you move from one interest to another, you're not escaping, you're responding. And in a world that changes fast, this kind of mind doesn't fall behind. It scans ahead. Your brain runs on prediction. It wants to understand the world by building stable patterns. But the moment something becomes predictable, it becomes less rewarding. This is called hedonic adaptation. The same thing that once excited you slowly feels normal. So your brain starts searching again, not because you're weak, but because you're sensitive to change. Think of your mind like a spotlight. Most people fix it in one place. Yours moves, not randomly, but toward what feels meaningful in the moment. There's a simple way to understand this. Depth gives you skill. Breadth gives you perspective. Most people are trained to value only depth, but something else is emerging: the ability to connect different fields, to see patterns others miss, to combine ideas in new ways. This is not a straight path. It looks more like multiple peaks connected over time. But knowing this doesn't automatically help, because the real challenge isn't your interests, it's how you relate to them. First, stop forcing identity too early. Instead of saying, "This is who I am," say, "This is what I'm exploring." Your brain resists fixed labels when you're still learning. Rigid identity creates pressure. Pressure creates avoidance. But exploration keeps curiosity alive. Second, create return points. When you leave something, don't leave it unfinished in your mind. Leave a small marker, a sentence, a next step. Your brain relies on context to re-enter a task. Without it, everything feels like starting over, and starting over feels heavy, so you avoid it. But with a return point, you can come back easily. Third, limit how many things you actively explore. Not everything at once, 2 or 3 at most. Your attention has limits. When too many things compete, none of them go deep. But when you contain your curiosity, it becomes sharper. Fourth, start connecting your interests. Don't treat them as separate paths. Look for overlap. Your brain strengthens connections through association. When two ideas link together, they become more powerful. Psychology can connect with business. Design can connect with storytelling. This is where something unique starts forming. Fifth, redefine what finishing means. You don't need to complete everything. You need to integrate what you've learned. Your mind is not built for repetition. It's built for pattern recognition. So instead of asking, "Did I finish this?" ask, "What did this add to my understanding?" That shift changes everything. So here's the deeper truth. You're not someone who can't focus. You're someone building a network, not a straight line, but a structure. Multiple peaks of interest linked together over time. Each interest adds a layer. Each shift adds a connection. And slowly, something begins to form. You start seeing patterns. You start thinking differently. You start combining ideas in ways others don't. Maybe the problem was never your lack of discipline. Maybe it was the expectation that your path should look simple, clear, linear, predictable. But your mind doesn't work like that. It moves, it explores, it connects, and over time, that movement becomes meaning. So the next time your interest changes, don't rush to judge it. Just notice it, follow it a little, leave a return point, and trust that nothing is being wasted. Because you're not losing direction, you're building something that only makes sense when you see the whole pattern, and that pattern takes time to reveal itself.